What's good? This is Trey with Legit Game coming to you this video on how to go from frog to prince. Alright, so just to clarify on what I mean by frog, right? The frog is your unattractive self. This is the version of yourself that is underachieving with women, that is not getting the success you want in life. And then the prince is the version of yourself that is getting the women you want in your life, that is living a successful life, a life that you're happy with, and is, moving towards your goals and your life purpose. So the simple way to put this, if you feel like you're in your frog form right now, you're not where you need to be. You're underachieving with women. You're not happy with your success in life, financially, or whatever it is. I'm going to give you some tips that you can use to get out of your frog self and get into your prince self, get into your higher self, your higher being, the version of yourself that is attractive, that gets women, that gets success, that achieves your goals. All right. So the first tip is stop thinking about what needs to be done and start doing it. And I know this is like, some old school advice that you've probably heard before, but the reality is it's not good enough to know the advice. You have to actually apply it for real, and you have to apply it on a daily basis. That means every single day you should be taking consistent action towards whatever your goal is. If your goal is to get a girlfriend, right? You really want a girlfriend. You can't just sit there and say, I really want a girlfriend. You can't just think about it. You have to actually take the necessary actions to get a girlfriend. Okay? And I'm going to give you a specific example. And this is something that most people would not do, right? Let's just say right now, I decide that I want to get a new girlfriend, I want to meet a girl that I connect with, that, we can have some type of form of long-term relationship with, right? So let's look at the reality of life. Not every girl is going to be right for you. That's very clear. So what do you need to do? You need to speak to a decent amount of women so that you can find the girl that's right for you. But if you're not willing to speak to a good amount of women on a consistent basis, guess what? It's going to take a long time for you to find that girlfriend, or you just have to hope and rely on luck. Whereas if you really want a girlfriend, what are some steps you can take right now? You can go to a environment where there's going to be girls. You can go to a nightclub. You can go to a bar. You can go to some event where there's going to be a lot of people. And when you go to these places, you can't just stand around or, talk to some guy in the corner, or just drink yourself until you can't even think, you can't even focus. You know what I mean? So now you're just doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. You have to actually know what your goal is and start moving towards your goal. And here's the thing. When you really want something, for whatever reason, a bunch of resistance comes up. And I'm sure you've noticed this. Like if you make the decision you want to get a girlfriend, the first thing that's going to happen is a whole bunch of excuses going to start popping up. Even if you know the exact steps to get a girlfriend, you're probably not going to do it because there's some form of fear of success, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, fear of ridicule. You know what I mean? All these different fears. So here's what I'm going to tell you right now. You have to flip the script. You see, here's the issue. Most people, when they do something, they focus way too much on being successful. Now, I know this sounds weird, so I'm going to explain myself. They focus way too much on being successful. What I mean by this is, for example, if I ask, there's a random guy on the street, I say, hey man, go and approach that girl and get her number, right? He's probably going to be like, oh man, I don't have time for that. Or, oh, man, she's probably going to say no, or that. What if he did this? What if he said, you know what? I don't really give a shit. I don't even want her number. I'm going to just go up there. I hope she rejects me. What do? It's a shift. Instead of focusing on, I have to get the results, why don't you look at it this way? If you take the necessary actions, you will get the result. It doesn't matter if you don't get it the first time, on the first try, the second try, third try. There's specific actions that if you take consistently over time, you'll get the result. Guaranteed. You'll get the result, guaranteed. It may take a little while. That's fine. But if you knew that there was a specific actions you could take to get a specific result, why would you not take it? Because you don't want to lose. You don't want to fail on your first try. You don't want to get rejected a couple times. You don't want to experience pain. You don't want to experience emotional pain. You don't want to experience, awkward situations. But the reality is, you have to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. You see, in order for you to become a prince, transform from the frog to the prince, you have to go through an uncomfortable stage where you are doing things that a frog wouldn't do, right? The frog version of yourself, you can't expect to become a prince if you're still doing the things that you do as a frog. You feel me? A prince is a prince because he does things like a prince. A frog is a frog because he does things like a frog, right? If you want to be a prince, you have to start taking actions like a prince, actions like a king, whatever that thing is you want to be. You want to be a ladies' man. You have to get around women. You can't be in your room just thinking about being a ladies' man. Be in your room thinking about what it'd be like if you could actually meet women and they would actually find you attractive. You have to actually go and apply yourself, put yourself out there. And yes, I'm telling you to flip your mindset around. I'm telling you to look at it this way. Go out there and focus on getting rejected. Tell yourself, you know what, man? I'm going to just be real with myself. If I go out there and I talk to some women today, I know, majority of the women that they're not all going to be interested. And that's just part of the game. They might have husbands. They might have boyfriends. They may be talking to other guys. Maybe I'm not their type. There's all this other stuff that is out of my control that, may prevent me from getting success right away. But the thing is, if I keep persevering and I keep taking the right actions, at some point I will get the result. And I'm sure you've had situations in your life where this has been proven to be true. Whenever you start something new, what happens in the beginning? You suck at it. You lose. You look stupid. You get rejected. You perform at a low level. But what happens when you stick with it? You start getting better. You start getting results. Your results start getting better. And one thing leads into another. But what if you just stop? Right? What if you stop halfway? Or start making excuses? So that's the advice. The advice is to switch your mindset. Stop. Have a goal. Know what the actions are. And then go and get rejected. Go and fail. Go and make mistakes. But keep taking the right actions. Because if you keep taking the right actions, you will reach your goal. And look, if you want to reach your goal faster, what do you have to do? You have to take those actions more frequently. You know what I mean? So let's say I want to get a girlfriend, right? I could go out tonight to a club and approach 3 girls and see if one of them might be interested. Or I could go out for 3 weeks straight, let's say 3 nights a week or 2 or 3 nights a week, and approach 10 women per night. Right? I'm probably going to reach my goal. I probably have a higher chance of reaching my goal with the second option as opposed to the first one. I just go out one night and just approach 3 women and think I'm just going to get a girlfriend off of that. I mean, you might get lucky, but that's the thing. We're not trying to rely on luck here. We're trying to be effective. So instead of that, how about I be a little bit smarter? How about I go out for 3 months? I set a goal, because here's the thing. You might meet your girlfriend before the end of 3 months. But what I'm saying is we want to give ourselves the best opportunity to be successful. So I'm going to go out for 3 months, set a goal. I'm going to go out for 3 months and I'm going to approach 10 women per night, 3 nights out of the week. Okay. If I really want my goal, maybe I'll do 5 nights out of the week. All right, but everybody's schedule different. You might not have that kind of time. So let's say 3 nights out of the week, you're going to go out and approach. That's 30 women a week. You're approaching 30 women a week, and you don't think you're going to find one woman that you're going to connect with after 3 months? You're going to find a woman that you're going to connect with after 3 months. Trust me, if you truly stick to the plan. And if you don't find a woman after 3 months, guess what? You're going to grow so much throughout those 3 months that you'll be motivated to continue. Like you'll see, okay, look, my social skills have gotten better. I'm more comfortable around women. I'm getting closer. So even if you don't get in those 3 months, you're going to grow. You're going to get closer to becoming that prince. You feel me? So that's the advice. If you take that advice, you flip it around, just focus on taking the action. Stop worrying about being successful. Like, yes, you should want to be successful, but don't think that you're going to be successful on your first try. Like you're going to get rejected. You're going to fail a couple times. So just have the mindset. Yeah, I'm going to get rejected. Yeah, I'm going to fail. So what? If I keep going, I'm going to hit my goal. I'm going to become a prince. But if you stay home, if you just make excuses, if you complain, if you just sit back, don't do shit, then you're just going to stay a frog forever. All right. So you have to make a decision. You want to be a frog. You want to be a prince. All right, so that's the advice. I hope it was helpful. For more tips and advice on how to attract and pick up women, go to legitgame.com or message me facebook.com/TheRealTreyMorgan. Thanks for watching. Peace.